How do you make a good Southern Gothic story? Well, there's a handful of elements. You want some ennui, you want a sense of dread, you want some occult stuff like your voodoo and or hoodoo, you want a protagonist who feels alienated, and you want a town full of yokels who, for some reason, keep dark secrets. You want to struggle with classism and elitism, and you want to deal with things like landlords and plantations and farmers and people who are under the duress of big city capitalism. And guess what? Occasionally, you want the raw sexual energy channeled into the body of an 8-foot tall, 180-pound vampire and his cybernetic horse as he goes from saloon to saloon, kicking the living dog shit out of villains and occasionally teaming up with the Holy Ghost who shoots chest lasers and blows up monsters. And it makes me tear up just thinking about it, and in the most beautiful way possible. The anime Vampire Hunter D is everything that a Southerner should want in a show, okay? It's got revenge, it's got boobs, it's got horses, lots of horses, it's got sword fights, it's got castles, tons of castles, it's got farming, it's got farm problems, it's got electrified fences, and they're like cows, but what if cows were bugs in the first one? It's very weird. It's got a werewolf, what with the mouth in the chest. It's very bizarre, but I love it. Everything that you could possibly want in a Southern Gothic novel, you got it right there in Vampire Hunter D. You know why Anne Rice puts all her books in the South? Because that's where the fucking vampires would want to go, what if they were still alive? Because the South rules and they want to be here. We taste better because our food's better. It just makes sense. That's science. Speaking of science, Vampire Hunter D, it's science fiction, but it's also fantasy, and it's also a Western, and it's also a Southern, and it's also kicking the shit out of every other vampire anime in the fucking entire world. And you should watch it. It's a classic, goddammit. It's like Johnny Cash, but even sexier.